He called me a peasant. And that was the exact moment everything snapped. 3 days after surgery, I was lying on my couch, foggy from painkillers, when my phone rang. It was my brother. Not to check on me, not to ask how I was healing, not to see if I needed anything. That's never been who he is. He called to tell me I wasn't invited to Christmas. "This gala is no place for peasants," he said, calm, cold, like he had practiced it. Then he hung up. I just sat there. My stitches pulled when I shifted. Tissues were piled beside me. My phone was still warm in my hand. And all I could think was, he just called me a peasant. Me. I'm the one who for 3 years had been quietly paying his rent on a 4-bedroom house he couldn't afford, covering private school for both his kids, $34,000 a year each, paying the lease on his wife's silver Porsche Cayenne. I had been funding his entire life, silently, out of what I thought was love. I opened my banking app. 3 scheduled transfers sat there. Tuition, Porsche, country club dues, labeled as groceries. I canceled all 3. 1 tap, 2, 3. Done. My hands didn't shake. That's what I remember. I thought they would, but they were completely still. You need to understand my brother. He's 44, and he has never paid for anything with money he actually earned. Not once. It's not bad luck. It's a system. He built his life next to money, close enough to look rich, never actually his. He married into old family wealth, the kind that faded over time but kept the image alive. They were perfect together. 2 people who needed luxury and had no real way to fund it. Then there's me. I'm 39. I ghostwrite memoirs, executives, public figures, people with stories but no voice. It's quiet work, invisible. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I drive a 7-year-old Volvo. I own good furniture, bad art, and too many books. By his standards, I'm a peasant. By reality, I was the one paying for everything. It started with a crisis. February 2021. He called late. That should have been my first warning. His firm collapsed. Not his fault, of course. He needed help. Just a few months. I said yes, because he's my brother. And I loved him, and I had the money. Months turned into a year. A loan turned into a habit. The habit became his entire lifestyle. By the time he called me a peasant, I had sent over $150,000 into his life. And not once, not a single time, did he ask how I was doing. I had just gone through major surgery, and he called to uninvite me from Christmas. The next day, my friend came over. She works in a surgical center. She's seen everything. She doesn't tolerate nonsense. I told her what happened. She looked at me and said, "Tell me you're going to do something." "I already did," I said. I showed her the canceled payments. She nodded. "Good." 3 days later, he called again, screaming. "The school says the payment bounced." I moved slowly around my apartment, holding tea. "Good morning," I said. "What is wrong with you? Do you know how humiliating that was? My daughter heard everything." "I'm sorry she was upset," I said. Then I added, "I'm a peasant, remember? Peasants don't fund elite lifestyles." Silence. Then he tried a softer tone. "You're punishing children." "I'm correcting a mistake," I said. "Also, the Porsche payment is gone, and the country club." That silence hit harder, like something broke. I hung up. I didn't feel powerful. I felt tired, like I had been carrying something heavy for years and only just set it down. Then, on December 14th, I got a notification. $5,200. Luxury boutique. The card was mine, one I gave him years ago for emergencies. I forgot about it. He didn't. I checked the store. Not food, not for the kids. A shopping spree. I called the bank, reported it. Then I called my lawyer friend. "I need a demand letter," I said. "How much?" $152,000. She paused. "Once I send this, it's not family anymore." "It hasn't been for a long time," I said. "Send it Christmas Eve." "Okay." The next week was quiet. He called. I didn't answer. 2 days before Christmas, his wife texted me. "We'd love for you to come. The kids miss you." Perfect timing. Right after she realized the payment stopped. I didn't reply. The day before Christmas, Porsche Financial called. 2 missed payments. 1 more, and the car gets repossessed. I told them I wasn't on the lease. Because I wasn't. I just paid it. Christmas Eve came, cold, gray. I dressed carefully, still healing. I took gifts for the kids and the legal envelope, every transfer, every message, everything documented. I drove to his house, big, perfect, expensive. Inside, a party, lights, people, catering. I walked to the door. He opened it. "Leave," he said. "I'm dropping gifts," I said. He couldn't make a scene, not in front of everyone. So he let me in. People turned to look. I stood there, coat, boots, gifts, envelope. And I thought, I paid for this. Not all of it, but enough. His wife saw me, froze. "We weren't expecting you." "I won't stay," I said. Then a woman stepped forward. She recognized me, mentioned a major publishing project that had been trying to reach me. The room went quiet. My brother laughed nervously, tried to downplay me. It didn't work. I set the kids' gifts down, then the envelope. "That," I said, "is a legal demand for $152,000 I've transferred to you since 2021. He opened his mouth. Nothing came out. "It includes everything," I said, "and a separate issue. $5,200 charged to my card without authorization." That word landed hard. Everyone understood. "You're making a scene," he said. "I'm dropping gifts," I replied. "This isn't about the kids." Then orange lights flashed outside. A truck pulled into the driveway. The repo truck. Within minutes, the Porsche had a notice on it. We all watched. The driver worked calmly, like it was just another job. Because to him, it was. A glass fell. No one moved. My brother stood frozen. No image left, no control, just the truth. I buttoned my coat. "Merry Christmas," I said, and I walked out. The legal process moved fast. He tried to say the money was a gift. It wasn't. There was documentation, messages, a written promise to repay. The credit card charge was fraud, clean and simple. He settled in February. Not the full amount. $127,000, structured payments, legally secured. The rest wasn't worth dragging through court. He also had to repay the $5,200 and complete a fraud program. No jail, but a record. The country club dropped him. The Porsche was repossessed and sold. His wife ended up driving a used SUV, which, honestly, is exactly what their actual finances supported. In March, I signed a major memoir contract. The same one that had been trying to reach me for months. The one my brother told everyone I wasn't good enough for. Turns out, I was the only writer they wanted. We never reconciled. He never apologized, and I stopped expecting him to. Because I finally understood something. You can't love someone into respecting you. You can't fund someone into valuing you. You can't be generous enough to become real in the eyes of someone who only sees you as a resource. Some people don't see love. They see leverage. I spent 3 years hoping I was wrong about him. That phone call proved I wasn't. I recovered from surgery. The scar faded. My apartment feels quiet now. Not lonely. Just peaceful. The project is going well. I write in the mornings. I sleep at night. His kids still call me. They didn't choose him. They're the only part of that life I kept. Everything else is gone. The money, the illusion, the role I played. I didn't destroy him. I just stopped holding him up. The rest, he did himself.